Most media outlets made the decision on Monday evening to not air Donald Trump's victory speech after the Iowa caucus in its entirety. NBC and CNN both ran his speech for, roughly 10 minutes or so before finally saying, okay, you know what? We don't need to hear this anymore. It's just Trump's greatest hits. We're done with it. Fox News ran it for a couple minutes longer before also cutting him off and saying, okay, we get it. We're done. So everybody basically said, okay, we'll listen to you for a few minutes. We don't really need this. It's just Iowa. You were already projected to win. This is not a shock. We're done. But Trump was so furious, not at Fox, just at NBC and CNN, that during a campaign rally in New Hampshire, the next day, he goes out there and he tells the crowd that we need to revoke the licenses of NBC and CNN because they wouldn't air his speech in its entirety. Here's what he said. NBC and CNN refuse to air my victory speech. I think of it because they are crooked. They're dishonest, and frankly, they should have their licenses or whatever they have. Take it away. Now, cable networks are, of course, not actually regulated by the FCC. They have to pay to be on those airwaves. So there's no license to speak of. So at least, he can't do anything about that if he gets back to the White House. But this is an attack on the First Amendment. This is a direct attack on the United States Constitution. Donald Trump, a politician, a former president, a guy who wants to be the president again, is calling for media outlets that do not give him fawning coverage 24/7 to be shut down. He wants the government to interfere with these networks because he thinks they're not nice to him. And don't think for a second that if he gets back into that White House, that he won't try to do something about it. And this, as so many other things do, it goes back to Project 2025. You got the Heritage Foundation leading the way. They're going to pack the government with 50,000 Trump loyalists, fire career civil servants, replace them with MAGA hat-wearing dimwits who will tell Donald Trump yes. So over at the FCC, over at the Department of Justice, he's going to have nothing but MAGA hat-wearing freaks. So when he goes in and says, hey, I need NBC taken off the air. I need CNN taken off the air. I need Jimmy Kimmel taken off the air. They're not going to say, okay, that's illegal. Get out of here. They're going to say, yes, sir. I'll let you know how quickly we can have that done. And it's not, by the way, just with attacks on media outlets. It'd be the same if he walked in there and said, hey, this person over here, this politician's causing me some trouble. Go prosecute them for something. Just make something up and prosecute them. It's not going to result in laughter among the people he tells these things to. They will say, yes, sir, we'll get right on it and we'll make it happen by the end of the day. That's what's so threatening about a Trump second term, because he learned from his mistakes of his first term. We know through interviews and books that people who served in his first administration have written and things that they've said, that he wanted them to do a lot more extreme, horrible things than they did. But they pushed back, right? Like that op-ed from that staffer in the New York Times, we're the resistance from the inside. This time he won't have that resistance. He knows to not put people like that in any office near him. And that is what is terrifying about this. So when he says he wants these networks' licenses pulled, even though they don't really have licenses, if he gets back into the White House, he's going to figure out a way to do that. And pretty much every network except for Newsmax is going to be pulled off the air. That's what we're looking at. He will do it. And we need to take these threats against the Constitution that Trump is leveling very, very seriously. Hi, everyone. This here is little Athena. And Athena would like to know why you haven't subscribed to Fair and Balanced yet. So please, don't let Athena down. Subscribe today.